Who are you?
What? Who are you?
I asked first.
How did I get here?
Did you bring me here?
I've never seen you in my life. Is this some sort of game?
You tell me. Are you trying to catch me out?
Maybe you're trying to catch me out?
This is pointless.
Maybe.
Where is this place, do you think?
I don't know. We could be anywhere.
No windows? No doors?
A room in a house, perhaps?
Or a cell? Why would a cell have no doors?
I don't know, you'd have to ask the jailer. And what's all this mess?
Pieces of paper litter the floor.
What?
That's what it says in brackets. Pieces of paper litter the floor.
And this one?
Pieces of paper
Litter the floor.
These are all copies of the same thing.
But we must find out what's going on.
How?
I'll write it down, it might be a clue. Have you tried shouting?
Of course I haven't. You know that.
No, I don't. You might have been here longer than me.
Well, I haven't.
I've got your word for that.
That's all you need.
Well, why don't we try it now? Shouting.
Okay. Why don't we?
Well, go on then.
Why me?
Why not?
Who am I supposed to be shouting to?
How do I know? Anybody?
Friends?
Possibly. They might know us. They might be looking for us.
But what if they're not our friends?
Well, we don't know, do we?
See, that's the issue. We don't know anything.
But we can't do nothing.
Perhaps we should just wait.
For what?
I don't know. Something? Anything? Look, you still haven't answered my question.
What question?
Who are you?
You want to know?
Of course I want to know.
Honestly?
Yes.
Because I think the answer will surprise you.
Try me.
I don't know.
You don't know.
No. Who are you?
I don't know.
Then we could be anybody.
Perhaps we're friends.
Or enemies.
We're getting nowhere.
Look, we're both in this together, right? I suggest we start with what we do know.
That won't take long.
Look at me.
What?
Look at me.
I am looking at you.
Am I what you'd expect to see?
Well, you seem ordinary.
Could be worse.
Could it?
Don't you see? We judge others in comparison to ourselves. A man sees a fish and he might be struck by its difference, its size, its shape. The fact that I don't seem different to you would suggest that we are at least similar, wouldn't it?
Well, what about me? Am I what you'd expect to see?
Absolutely, almost certainly.
But what would you expect to see?
I don't know. Why do you have no shoes on? Hmm?
I don't know. Sorry. What have we learned exactly?
That we're not fish?
Aha!
There we go.
We're not doing too well, are we?
No, we have so little to go on.
Well, then that's where we must start. With the little we have to go on. Specifics.
Yes, good.
So, what do you see specifically?
Female, tall, pretty,
You can do better than that.
specifically, vertebrae, possessing segmented spinal cord, equipped with 5-digited extremities, a collarbone, eyes at the front of the head, stereoscopic vision, and I should guess a proportionately large brain.
Kind of you to notice.
Erect posture, 2-footed striding walk. Interesting. The S-shaped spinal column places the center of gravity of your body directly over the area of support provided by your feet, thus giving stability and balance in the upright position. Other mechanical modifications for bipedalism would include a broad pelvis, a locking knee joint, an elongated heel bone, and a lengthened and aligned big toe. How am I doing?
Very good. Carry on.
The most important structural detail of the hand is the elongated thumb, which can rotate freely and is fully opposable to the other fingers. I would hazard that the physiological requirements for speech were secondarily established by erect posture, which positions the vocal cords for controlled breathing. I would hazard that the physiological requirements for speech were secondarily established by erect posture. This latter development occurs in association with the enlargement and specialization of a brain area that is a prerequisite for the refined control of the lips and tongue, which you undoubtedly possess. So you're not a fish.
Then what would you say I was?
Well, if I were to hazard a guess,
Yes.
if I were to really stick my neck out,
Yes.
throw caution to the wind.
That's what?
Well, we're not entirely unalike, are we?
That didn't happen. Oh, did it?
Not really, no. How do you suppose I knew all that stuff?
Strange, isn't it?
I didn't even know I knew it. It just came tumbling out.
Maybe it says something.
About who I am.
Or what you do.
I must be very clever. I hardly understood a word. We must look for more clues.
Where?
Anywhere we can find them. These clothes, do you think they're ours?
Well, we've no reason to suppose they're not.
And what do they say about us?
What do you mean?
Look at what I'm wearing. How do I strike you?
Rather precise. Sharp. Formal.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. Definitely formal. Do you really need those spectacles?
No, I can see perfectly well without them. Why do you suppose I wear them?
Affectation?
Really?
And the way you carry yourself?
Yes.
I'd call it aloof. Arrogant, even.
Oh, this is exciting. Do you think I might be someone important?
Possible. Or someone who thinks they're important.
I think you could be rather near the mark. So, in summary,
You're a pompous, conceited, know-it-all.
yes, well, perhaps it wasn't such a good idea after all. What do you suppose it all means?
You tell me.
I wish I could.
That's it.
What is it?
I've seen through your social raid.
What?
You're trying to confuse me, aren't you? Trying to tip me over the edge.
Well, I could say the same about you.
What are you trying to do to me? What do you want from
Nothing.
me? You brought me here. Tell me who I am. What are you trying to do?
This will solve nothing, you know.
What do you want from me? Why have you brought me here? Answer me.
This will solve nothing, you know.
Something's been added.
What?
The paper, something's been added.
What are you talking about? What does it say?
Still in brackets.
Yes.
Pieces of paper litter the floor.
Yes.
Then emerge two women.
What?
They've been changed.
They've all been changed.
That's impossible. We're two women.
Yes.
It sounds like the beginning of a play. You know, stage directions.
There's something else.
What?
This?
It's a key.
I felt it earlier.
Why should you have a key?
I don't know.
And what is it a key to?
I don't know.
To a cell? To this cell?
Be careful.
You keep back. Or should I say, keep back? Yale.
Yale. What are you talking about?
Yale. Your name is on this key and you're the jailer. This is your key. I think it's about time you told me the truth.
I don't know what the truth is.
Talk. I want to know who you are.
Okay. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that's it. I brought you here, locked you up in this cell, devised a way of breaking you down, confusing you to the point that you no longer even knew your own name.
Yes, that's it. Go on.
I put you through some process to wipe your memory, torture perhaps, and then all I had to do was wait.
I knew it. Wait for what?
Precisely. That's where it all falls down, isn't it? Say I did all those things. The question remains, why? What would I want from you?
Information?
You can't tell me left from right.
Perhaps I've given you it all already. Perhaps you've extracted all you can.
Then why are you still here? You'd be of no further use. I'd let you go.
Perhaps there's something else.
And what sort of jailer locks herself in the room with her prisoner? Now, can I see?
I must say, I'm relieved.
Me too.
Why?
For all I know, you might have been right.
I'd rather not think about it.
You think Yale could be my name?
It's a start.
Not much to go on though, is it? So what's it for?
For every key, there's a lock.
Yes, but where? Word association!
What about it?
Word association may open the door to our hidden minds.
You think so? Sounds exciting. What do we do?
Well, I'll give you a word, and you have to tell me the first word to enter your head.
Ready.
Dark.
Light.
Black.
White.
Day.
Night. Have I got the general idea of it?
Oh yes, perfectly.
And have you noticed anything?
Not yet, no. Let's try again. Chair.
Table.
Willing.
Able.
Door.
Stable.
Stable.
Stable. Is that symbolic, do you think?
I don't think so.
Trying my best.
I know, don't think so much. Trap.
Cage.
Book.
Page.
Actor.
Stage. Ring any bells?
No, you.
No. Where's supposed to go?
You really were quite nasty, you know.
Sorry.
When you shouted at me earlier, you were quite nasty.
I was, wasn't I? Do you think that's what I am? A nasty person?
Perhaps you are.
That's rather alarming. But it's interesting. Like I'm discovering bits about myself as we go on. I must be missing something.
You're right. The answer must be here somewhere, staring us in the face. I mean, it's probably right under our...
What are you doing?
Shh.
What did you hear?
Nothing.
What did you expect to hear?
Nothing.
Well, you can't be too disappointed then, can you? Have you lost something?
What does it all mean?
I don't think that...
Why have you brought me here? I know you can hear me, so why didn't you answer? Show yourselves! Cowards.
Better?
Not really, no. Sorry.
Can't say I blame you.
How long have you been here?
I've really don't know. It's impossible to tell.
It feels like we've been here forever.
Of course, there's one possibility,
What's that?
and it's not a nice one.
I can take it.
This could all be a dream.
Oh, I hope not.
It would be bad. If this was all a dream, at least there'd be some chance I would wake up soon.
Hang on. Who's to say it's your dream? What about me?
Well, it can't be your dream. I know I'm real.
I know I'm real.
Do you? Perhaps I'm dreaming that you're real.
See, the problem with that theory is that one of us would be the dreamer and one of us would be the dream. That's only an attractive proposition for one of us.
I suppose so.
There was once a man who fell asleep and dreamt he was a frog. When he woke up, he didn't know if he was a man dreaming he was a frog.
Or a frog dreaming he was a man.
Quite.
I could be dreaming you.
I could be dreaming you.
I can prove it. Pinch me and I'll wake up.
What?
It's simple. Pinch me.
All right.
Ow! That really hurt.
Doesn't prove anything. You could have dreamt it. Perhaps someone else is in control.
Possibly.
Watching us. Toying with us. What about a way out? That's what we really want.
I think we should just wait.
Oh, really? How long?
Someone's bound to show their face soon enough.
Well, unless something happens soon, we'll never get anywhere.
We might have got there already and just not realised it. Perhaps this is all our life is. Absurd. Meaningless.
No, I can't accept that. I won't accept it.
It's been added to again.
What?
There's dialogue.
What?
Of paper litter the floor.
Yes, we know that.
Emerge two women.
Yes.
Then there's line of dialogue.
Dialogue. Well, read it.
Who are you?
Is that it?
Yes. Who are you?
Doesn't help much, does it?
Well, yes, it does.
How?
That's the first thing I said to you when I found myself here. I said, who are you?
Did you? Are you sure?
Yes. And then you said, what? Who are you?
So?
Oh dear.
What is it?
What's your earliest memory?
What's that got to do with anything?
Tell me.
Well, obviously when I was young, a child,
How old?
I don't know, I was young. I remember something happening.
You don't remember anything, do you? Nothing before this room.
That doesn't mean anything.
Who are you? It's my first line of dialogue.
What do you mean your first line of dialogue?
In the play.
You're not in a play. You're here?
I think we're both in a play.
That you're mad. What are you saying? That you're an actor? That we're both actors?
No. I'm saying that we're characters, both characters in a play.
That's ridiculous.
Think about it. We have no memory of a life beyond this room. Great composers pluck tunes from the air. Great playwrights dream up plays and plots. But where are their characters before they're written?
I'm not following you at all.
It's really quite simple. We're waiting to be written.
If you're right, and that's your first line of dialogue in this play, then you should know your name. Every line of dialogue in a play is preceded by the character's name.
Usually.
So, what's your name?
I don't have a name.
You must have. What does it say?
I have a number. It just says 1.
1. What kind of name is that?
It's the kind of name you're given when you don't need a name.
Everyone needs a name.
Not us. Not in this play. It's obviously not important.
Then I suppose I must be 2.
I suppose so. We'll know for sure when you write your next line.
I deserve more than a number. I'm more important than that.
Says who?
You said yourself, I look like someone important.
I said she looked like someone who thought they were important.
And what about all that stuff about the human body? Where did that come from? Thought I might be a doctor or something. I like the sound of that, not a number. And what about the key? How does that fit into all of this?
A red herring, perhaps? Keep the audience guessing? Move the story along?
What story? So far, we've got one line of dialogue.
I think we've got more than that. It just hasn't been written. How long do you think we've been here?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm sure we've got enough material now for a play.
Really? You seriously think that everything we've said here is going to appear on these pieces of paper as a script?
In time? Yeah.
Then he's putting words in my mouth, the writer.
Yeah.
Ah, but now we know. That changes things a bit, doesn't it?
Does it?
Of course it does. It puts us in control. We can change the rules a bit, do something unexpected.
Like what?
Penguin! There. I bet he wasn't expecting that.
Of course he was. He wrote it.
But it was completely random.
You just think it was random. He probably slaved over that line for hours.
What? Penguin?
Yeah. He even wrote all that stuff about being in control and changing the rules. He even wrote what I just said. And that. And that, see?
But what about our free will?
An illusion?
My head hurts.
I thought you were the clever one.
Telekinesis, sluice, ice tongs, introspective nervous system, floor plan, succubus, catheter, topsoil, mercenary adipose, expletive deleted, Benjamin, spoof, spin, plot.
Not much of a writer, is he?
Okay. If this is a play,
Yes.
then it's written to be performed, right?
I suppose so.
By someone else.
Actors. Yeah.
So one day, someone else might be up on a stage speaking these words. My words.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they get someone decent to play me. Someone pretty with an air of authority.
We didn't count on it.
So, what do we do now?
Well, we've got our first line of dialogue. Now we wait.
For what?
The end?
Well, that's just depressing.
I think it's quite exciting.
But we have no control. It's even getting dark in here.
We've had no control since we got here. I think it's comforting to think there might be someone, somewhere, who knows what the hell's going on.
Supposing he gives up, tears it up, and starts again, what happens to us then?
Best not to think about it. Perhaps someone else will come along soon.
Someone else? Like who?
Well, if we're in a play, who's to say we're the only characters? Might be others joining us as the story goes on.
Do we have a say in that?
The way I see it, we don't have a say in anything.
Well, what if we don't get on?
Then it'll be all the more interesting.
What will happen next, do you think? In a worst case scenario?
You could always just end it here. By the time we've written down everything we've said, we'll have enough material to make a nice little one-actor. He doesn't care about us.
Doesn't care about us.
We're just means to an end, I'm afraid.
What, so he's just going to give up? After all this effort and deprive us of a proper story?
Feels like an experimental piece to me.
Oh, how very modern. What's wrong with a proper story? A beginning, a middle, and an end?
He's probably quite pleased with himself. Not that the audience will understand a word.
I hope he gives us a decent ending at least.
I doubt it. I guess he would just end it on a blackout.
No, he wouldn't dare. Would he?